Ijo was born with a death sentence. Doctors said he'd only live to be 2, maybe 3 years old. Yet today, Ijo is alive and thriving. It's all because you gave him a new life. Minua could hardly wait to meet her baby brother.
She would touch my stomach and say to her brother, "Come out quickly, come out and play with me." And when I played music, it was like my baby boy was moving to the rhythm and having a little party in my room.
Then a couple months before Mrs. Xiao's due date, she and her husband found out that their baby would be born with congenital heart disease and decided to name him Ijo.
Ijo means smooth sailing and symbolizes peace and tranquility. That's what we wanted for him.
Yet Ijo's heart ended up being worse than they'd expected.
The membrane between his ventricle and atrium was completely missing, and there were many holes in his heart. The doctor said without surgery, he'd only live to be 2 or 3 years old.
I couldn't accept this news. I was so afraid of losing Ijo. I had to find a way to get him surgery, so I worked day and night to save money.
Mr. Xiao's job was out of town, so Mrs. Xiao raised their son alone.
He often caught colds and had fevers. His resistance was very bad. He had poor circulation, so his body didn't develop right. I was worried people would tease him and call him a monster.
As the holes in Ijo's heart got bigger, he struggled to breathe. Mrs. Xiao got some odd jobs to try to help pay for treatments and infusions, yet she and her husband could never save enough for surgery. And as time went on, Ijo got worse.
He panted heavily. When he cried, his lips turned purple and his face turned red. He looked so uncomfortable, like there was something haunting his body.
Like when my baby brother was in pain, I felt pain. And when he cried, I cried too.
Sometimes I couldn't hold back my tears, and Ijo would gently touch my face like he was cheering me on.
The Xiaos had no idea how they'd keep Ijo alive. Then a doctor told them about Operation Blessing, and you helped make surgery possible for Ijo.
Now, Ijo's circulation has improved. His heart is working well and his body looks normal.
I'm so grateful for Operation Blessing's help, and you didn't just help pay for surgery. Your unconditional love also brought us an understanding of Jesus.
I'd never heard of the Christian faith before. Now, having faith in Jesus is an important part of our lives. Without you, I really don't know what we would have done. You saved our son and gave him a new life.
Well, Daniel is a young man living in Kenya. You helped remove a massive tumor on his face and restore joy in his heart.
For the past 10 years, 28-year-old Daniel has suffered from amyloblastoma, a condition that caused a tumor to grow so large it prevents him from living a normal life.
Eating is a real struggle. I can only have liquids. It's impossible to find employment because of my appearance, so I am forced to stay at home. My social life has been ruined. I feel really sad when I see my peers going on with their lives. They are running their businesses or are married with children, while I am stuck here. It's very painful. There is a deep pain in my heart.
Unable to work, Daniel relies on his parents for his needs. Doctors told him that only a major surgery could restore his life, but the cost was far beyond anything he could afford.
My dad works at construction sites and my mother is just a housewife. As a family, we tried to fundraise the money, but we only managed a meager amount. Through it all, I have not lost hope. I keep praying and I tell God, I know you will make a way for me one day.
When Operation Blessing learned about his condition, your generosity made Daniel's life-changing surgery possible. He returned home with joy.
After the surgery, everyone was so happy to see me healed. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is to pray and give thanks. Then I start my day. Now I can eat any food I want, and there is nothing I cannot do now. I am able to work, I can farm, fetch water, and look after the animals. Thank you to everyone who made this possible for me. May God bless you and may you continue to do good.
Strainet's mother knew she could provide a loving home for her baby daughter. What she didn't know, how she was going to pay for the operation her daughter needed just to survive.
Strainet was born with a cleft lip, making every feeding time scary because she constantly choked. To make matters worse, relatives encouraged the family to give her away and let someone else raise her.
We are poor, but I refused to give up my baby, even when relatives offered to raise her. I knew I could provide a loving home for her, even with the cleft lip.
Strainet's dad, however, struggled to accept his daughter.
I was wrong. For weeks, I couldn't believe she was mine. Now I see she is my precious baby girl.
With 5 children to feed and Strainet's feeding challenges, the baby nearly died last year from malnutrition.
Sometimes all we have is watery rice to give her.
Then the family found a Facebook notice posted by Operation Blessing in Cambodia. It offered free surgery for children with cleft lips. Then, thanks to you, we paid for Strainet to receive the operation she needed to repair her cleft lip. A few weeks later, we returned to the village and found her healthy and happy with a brand new smile.
Seeing my daughter smile now just fills my heart with so much joy. After her surgery, it's like she's a whole new child.
She gained weight and looks so adorable and healthy. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, Operation Blessing. You gave my daughter her smile.
Well, Millie felt a sharp pain every day, and it went on for years. Because of you, that pain is now gone, and she can enjoy just being a child.
For 8-year-old Millie, childhood has been anything but carefree. Even the smallest chores can aggravate an umbilical hernia she developed when she was a toddler.
I have always had pain in my stomach. Sometimes it hurts a lot.
I took her to a clinic, but the doctor said it was only an insect bite and told me not to worry.
But as time passed, Millie's pain became impossible to ignore.
It hurts every day. After eating and playing, I feel a sharp pain.
As day laborers on nearby farms, Daisy and her husband struggled to provide for their 2 children. Searching for answers, they borrowed money to take her to different clinics.
She could not sleep at night. Finally, a doctor confirmed that she had an umbilical hernia and needed surgery.
Then, thanks to you, we learned about Millie's case through a free Operation Blessing medical clinic in her community. We then arranged and paid for her to receive the operation she needed to repair her umbilical hernia. Then, while she recovered, we shared CBN's Superbook with her, and she even got a visit from Superbook's Gizmo to brighten her day.
I feel so much better now that I don't have the hernia.
She's so much happier now. I am grateful that she will continue with life free from that pain.
Thank you so much, Operation Blessing.
Well, Jeremy wears the uniform. His wife, Jade, carries the weight. While her husband is deployed, sometimes she has to carry it all alone. Well, then a battle came that she couldn't fight by herself, and thanks to you, she didn't have to.
When E4 Army soldier Jeremy deploys, he leaves behind his wife Jade to manage the household. On his most recent deployment, they had just had their 3rd child.
I honestly feel like when Jeremy's gone, it's an opportunity to pull out grit. I know that God has given me the strength and the grace to do it, to take care of the kids, take care of our house, somehow take care of myself.
Living on Jeremy's single salary means finances are always tight. On this deployment, it was even tighter because Jeremy didn't receive his daily per diem. The family went for months without Jeremy's full pay.
We've had to make sacrifices in order to have what we need. So we've always prioritized our rent, prioritized the kids' needs like diapers and wipes.
As the months went by with still no solution, Jade started deferring payments and sold household items online for extra cash. When that wasn't enough, she asked family members for money for groceries.
I don't know how people are doing it. We're really lucky to have a very supportive family and to have the faith that we do. And I know that God is always taking care of us. Honestly, I think it has been the anchor for us in this season is our faith.
Their situation changed when Manna Church, Colorado contacted Helping the Homefront.
We immediately stepped in and helped as a church, but we knew also that our funds were limited and what we could do is limited. And so immediately I thought of helping the home front.
Pastor Joe Adams asked Jade over to tell her good news.
They are giving you $2,000 worth of gift cards that you can use for clothes, for you, for the kids, as well as groceries for everything that you might need. And they're actually going to be taking you on a shopping spree later today.
Thank you so much.
But that's not all. They want to help relieve the financial burden they're going to be paying your rent for the next 2 months.
Oh my
to
gosh.
give you a little bit of margin.
Oh my gosh. I think it's going to be a huge weight off Jeremy's shoulders, making sure, knowing that we're okay back home, and knowing that we've got cushion and we can catch our breath.
Jade went shopping that day to buy everything she needed for the family. She and the kids were back on track until Jeremy finally received his back pay.
I'm so grateful for the CBN partners for stepping in and helping. It's an answered prayer. I just can't imagine where we would be without the help. It's amazing to see people stepping up and helping. I'm so grateful for the CBN partners who contribute to help our military families.
Helping the Home Front is just one of many ministries here at CBN. We want to help active duty military families, because if you have a spouse, if you have a parent in active duty service, you're serving too. And we want to honor your service, to let you know that we're standing with you in whatever you're going through. So whether it's helping the Home Front, Orphans Promise, Operation Blessing, CBN International, CBN Israel, you're a part of everything we do around the world. And I really want to underline the work that Superbook is doing around the world, where hundreds of millions of children are getting to know the stories of the Bible, all because people like you care enough to give. If you want to be a part of it, call us now, 1-800-700-7000. Say, yes, you can count on me.